welcome back to Inside's Boxing Throwdown. I got to put my new twist on it, okay?
Yeah, you did.
On this, see, you done threw me out, but that's okay. That's okay. I had it all planned in my mind.
Did you? Well, do it again.
I was going to do it.
Start it over. We got time. Start over. You got it. Go.
Okay. Take two.
There you go.
Take two.
Take two.
Hello, and welcome to Inside Boxing's Throwdown. I'm Aurelio Martinez, Stephen Johnson, and this is our second segment of this week, and we're going to talk about next week's upcoming fights. And of course, we all know the fight that's coming up next week is Triple G versus Baines, and I don't want to mess with Martrosian, okay? And I'm going to tell you what, I expect a pretty decent fight. Okay, now granted, it's not going to be a Canelo fight contest, but it's going to be a decent fight, and we're going to have a decent fight for the Cinco de Mayo weekend, because that's typically and historically the weekend for the biggest fight in boxing. So
yeah, we could almost call it Floyd Mayweather weekend.
So I think we're going to see. You know, let's talk about that fight. Let's talk about Triple G.
Well, before we get to that, let's talk about the undercard, and then we'll get to Triple G. We're going to put some time on that. First of all, on the undercard, you know, we're going to have a female fight with two of the fighters that all the people in boxing are familiar with, Cecilia Brækhus and Kaylee Reese. Man, Aurelio, this is one that fight fans are going to be really excited to see. Female boxing at the top tier. Not mismatches one way where somebody gets blasted up.
Right.
But this fight between these two is for the IBF, the IBO, the WBA, and the WBC World Female Welterweight titles. All of them. Yeah. So the winner's coming away top dog. You know, Cecilia Brækhus, beautiful girl from Colombia. You know, Kelly Reese. Yep. I hate to say beautiful girl, but these women are beautiful women that you see them fight, and you're like, whoa, man, that's something else. It's hard to imagine, you know, that these women would be that you know, Kelly Reese is from Providence, Rhode Island. Okay, so it's really going to be a great fight for women to see. I just want to mention that right off the bat, because as we get into it's a perfect lead-in to, you know, Triple G and Vaness. I don't think, I know you disagree with me, but I don't think this fight is going to be entertaining. I think it's not a matter of if, it's when Vaness gets stopped.
Well, and that's what Vaness should do, okay? I guess it's Vaness. I was calling him Baines, but regardless.
Jim Lampley, either way.
I honestly think it's going to be a decent fight, because I think Vaness, if he comes in with that attitude, okay, he got a shot. He got an opportunity here. Okay, so if he goes in there and just tries to survive 12 rounds, well, then his opportunity is going to leave him. Okay, honestly, he's better to go in there and give it his all and fight and fight and fight. And if he gets knocked out, he gets knocked out, but he's got to put up a fight. Okay, then he does more for his career and his future big money fights than if he just stays and tries to survive for 12 rounds by hugging and running and doing whatever he does. I don't know, but I think he's got to take a chance, and I think he will take a chance at this opportunity, and I think you're going to see him fight, and I think you're going to see an entertaining fight, however long it lasts. I really do think
it's going to be however long it lasts. Yeah. You know, one of the controversies we had is, since you remember when this fight with Canelo started falling through, we had some people Demetrius Andre Boo Boo was very adamant that he said, I'm ready. I'll step in right now and fight Triple G. It's very interesting how Abel Sanchez didn't mention Boo Boo at all. And when you take into consideration that Boo Boo beat Vaness.
Well, you know, you got to be fair to Abel Sanchez. It's not up to him.
Well,
he's a trainer.
But wait a minute. Abel Sanchez does all the talking. Right. He does all the talking. Tom Loeffler is the promoter, but Abel Sanchez does all the talking for Triple G. Yeah. And he never mentioned anything about him. When Vaness' name came up, instantly he said, yeah, we'll take Vaness. Because we know he can beat Vaness. Yeah. Or he should beat Vaness, okay? Yeah. So I'm a little bit, tough on that one, but it is what it is. But like I said, I don't think that
and saying that, you know, I'm not a big fan of Abel. Okay?
You're not?
No, I never have been.
I didn't know that.
I never have been, okay?
And why is that?
I just don't like his demeanor. I don't like the way he puts his up front. I don't like the way he talks. Okay. You know, but that's just a personal thing. I just think a trainer needs to train and get his people prepared and
stay out of the other stuff.
And stay out of the stuff. I mean,
Okay.
when you get trainers like that, or like Danny Garcia's dad and stuff like that, what do you call it? Building up the fight and just trying to put yourself on top. The fighter's the fighter. The fighter's the one that fights, and the fighter's the one that has the talent. The trainer just has to guide him, tweak him, and peak him, and get him ready to fight. But without a good fighter, a trainer's not. Let's just move on. I don't want to spend a lot of time on Abel because I just don't like the way some of these trainers put themselves in the forefront in a fight. It's they put themselves above the fighter. So I just never did like that. So
real quick, one other fight on that card that I'm gonna be interested in. Nobody else is. I know you're gonna dog me on this, but my boy Breeze Prescott.
Brady.
Yeah.
All right. I remember they're trying to get him Americanized, and they started calling him Brady.
Yeah, man, that was comical. But anyway, he's 31-12 now. Been around the block. He's taking on an undefeated Ryan Martin, who's 21-0. I still say that this Ryan Martin, and I don't know much about him, but I know Ryan Martin, his team should have the same attitude that I said for many years. And all the things you dogged me about, you can't dog me about that. I said, if you are standing on your feet when that bell rings for round 6, you got a chance to beat Prescott.
You're gonna beat him.
Because that first 5 rounds, man, he's bringing you hell.
You're gonna beat him.
He's bringing you hell for 5 rounds.
That's all I gotta say. Let me give.
You used to call him the butter bean.
Let me give my man a tip. Okay, the best tip it is. Okay, stay away from him for 4 rounds. Okay, just
5.
Just punch and shoot and score and move and run and do whatever you have to do. Stay around because after that.
He's gassed.
He's bubblegum. He's
gassed.
bubblegum, okay?
Gassed. But for 5, hey man, he's like those old, what they call him, my boy, lost UNLV, the Running Rebels.
Oh.
He said they're bringing 40 minutes of hell.
That's right.
Man, he's just coming for 5 rounds, boy. If you can keep him off.
I'm going to tell you what, if Breedis hits you in the first few rounds,
hey man,
you're going down.
I'm telling you, like I said, we always laugh. My girl, Colette Thomas, she laughed about me, and she said, "You love." I said, "Hey man, that boy, he's something else." But now he's shot worn now, pretty much. Yeah. But it's gonna be an interesting fight. I like the card. Remember, it's a Don King promotion. Yeah. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. We don't get to hear his name much anymore.
It's good to see Don King. He's been out of the loop for a long time. Aging fighter. Lost his wife. A while back, and it's good to see him in the mix. He just doesn't have any fighters because, to be honest with you, I don't see any fighters signing with him. Everyone's going to be reluctant.
Well, there's no need to. You know, like I said, there's no need to. But once again, Cecilia Breakus and Kaylee Reese, man, you guys are in for a real treat. Though if you don't know the names, you will know. You'll know both of their names because they both can go. There's no question about it. I'm looking forward to that fight. Much more than the main event, because like I said, Triple G is far no, without a doubt, man.
I'm not.
As
a matter of fact, I'll be watching it only because it's on. If it was a separate show, I wouldn't even watch it.
You wouldn't watch the girls?
Mm-mm. If it was a separate show in itself, like on ESPN or something, I'd be having dinner somewhere.
Are you insane?
No, I know why you watching it. Okay, so
don't.
Yeah, I know exactly why you watching it.
Don't even try.
No, it's not going to be what you think it's going to be.
No, yes, it is.
It's going to be your typical the female fight that happened, just the one you mentioned before.
Katie Taylor.
Them two fought.
This is going to be the same thing, Aurelio.
I hope you're right.
I don't know. I
don't know.
I am right. Kaylee Reese was on. A couple of years ago, remember we had Noemi Bosquez went over. There was I can't remember exactly what the promotion was, but it was over in Australia.
Yeah.
Remember that? And Kaylee Reese was on that. I got to see her then.
Yeah.
That girl can fight. And Cecilia, we already know she's world champion.
Yeah.
Been world champion for 4 or 5 years.
Well, good.
So it's going to be a good fight, man. Don't underestimate it. Don't pay attention to radio's nonsense because it's going to be far better than the main event. I'm predicting that right now. And we will next Sunday. That's the first thing I'm going to hold your feet to the fire and say, Radio, which one of those 2 fights was better?
Next weekend you'll find out. If it turns out he'll be boasting, he'll be tired.
I will.
If he doesn't even mention it and hopes that it just kind of goes by the other things, you'll see that it was a bust.
I won't.
Okay.
He knows me too well.
And I'm telling you right now, it's to me. I can't see it being what he says it is, an exciting fight. But hopefully I'm wrong because the fans want to see a good fight. But honestly, I think it's going to be a bust. Yeah.
Yeah, just because we got a couple seconds left. When you say bust, what do you mean bust?
A non-entertaining where people are going to be getting up to go pee. They're going to get up to get their coffee. They're going to get up a sandwich. They're going to eat potato chips. They're going to go look outside the window to see what the weather's doing. One of them kind of fights.
I usually don't do this. We got a couple seconds left. I'm going to bet him a steak sandwich at Columbine Steakhouse right now that the fight is entertaining. There's no way it's just his words a bust that people.
Oh well, you lost then because all I gotta say is it wasn't entertaining, and you lost.
And you think everyone's gonna go with your opinion when they see it different? When they see it different, okay, all right. Well, we'll end on that. Go ahead, Radio.
So, guys, come back for our third segment when we talk open topic. We talk about some of the things that are going on in the world of boxing. Some
sports altogether, right?
Yeah, just open topic.
Open topic.
So come back and see us. And Steve, till then.
Hey.